Right now at 6, a former massage therapist from Sparta is sentenced for sexually assaulting 7 clients.
And a look ahead to the hearing that could determine if former UWL Chancellor Joe Gao is stripped of his tenure.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. We have an alert day today with high temps. Let's send it right over to Greg to see how long this heat wave is going to last.
Well, the good news is a lot of areas are starting to see cloud cover. Temperatures are starting to fall a little bit unless you're further south. So just a few more hours really of these high temperatures or high humidity. You see there's your front. You probably can pick out where that front is right now. These are the apparent temperatures of what it feels like. Much warmer as you go further south. Still in the upper 90s. Bosqueville 98, 96 down to Madison. But we've had a little bit more cloud cover, but still 96 out of Sparta. So we're still seeing that probably for a few more hours. That front is going to be approaching, but it'll take a while, probably until about 10, 11. We start seeing thunderstorms approach La Crosse. A little bit early for Eau Claire, probably more 9 to 10. These could be strong, but right now the trend is probably they're going to weaken as they come through. Right now they're struggling to continue to develop west of Minneapolis right now with the front. We have cloud cover ahead, which has kept the temperatures right now in the 80s for a lot of areas. But here comes that showers and thunderstorm line, and it looks like the big surge will be more towards northeast Iowa potentially, but it does weaken as it gets here around 10 for La Crosse, a little bit earlier to the north. That will continue overnight, but turn more into general showers or light rain, and activity will decrease as we go towards the morning's commute. The good news with the AC, it's going to get a break here for the couple days. Looks like we're not going to really be needing it. And I'll kind of explain when we might need it and what the rainfall looks like for the next several days a bit later in the broadcast.
Could be a welcome change.
Yes.
So I was cranking it today,
Yes.
as we all were. Thank you, Greg.
A Melrose man is accused of reckless homicide in Trempealeau County. The Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office says 61-year-old Todd Geek is in county jail. He's held on charges of first-degree reckless homicide, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, and firearm possession as a felon. Last month, police responded to a car accident near Highway 53 in Ettrick. Police found a man dead at the scene and labeled it suspicious. Authorities later identified the victim as 36-year-old Kyle Dahl. The 61-year-old suspect remains held in the Trempealeau County Jail.
The Sparta massage therapist who sexually assaulted 7 clients has been sentenced to 1 year in jail. 32-year-old Ethan Carls was accused of touching, grabbing, or groping the breasts of female clients when he worked as a massage therapist at Peak Performance Chiropractic in Sparta. Jennifer Driebel was the first client to come forward to police in 2020, but the DA didn't file charges until June of 2022 after several more women came forward. Carls at one point faced 3 felony counts of second-degree sexual assault. In May of this year, Carls pleaded guilty to 6 misdemeanor charges of fourth-degree sexual assault as part of a plea deal. And in exchange, a Monroe County judge dropped 6 disorderly conduct charges. Driebel today says she's glad Carls is being put behind bars.
So I'm extremely happy that he'll be spending at least a year in jail and that he will have to be on the sex offender registry list. So hopefully he cannot do this to anybody else ever again.
Carls must report to jail to serve his 12-month sentence by Friday. He'll be placed on 2 years probation after his release, and he can never again work as a massage therapist.
A Clark County Sheriff's Office sergeant has been arrested for sex crimes against children. According to the Taylor County Sheriff's Office, 38-year-old Jeremy Chapman was arrested last Wednesday in connection to an ongoing investigation by Internet Crimes Against Children. Sergeant Chapman faces multiple charges, including sexual exploitation of a child and child enticement. At a bond hearing, Chapman was released on a $2,500 cash bond along with a $10,000 signature bond.
Last December, former UW La Crosse Chancellor Joe Gao lost his chancellorship after appearing in online pornography. Tomorrow, Gao will fight to keep his tenured faculty role in a disciplinary hearing.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergut has everything you need to know before that public hearing. Allison.
Ken and Emily, while Gao was fired as chancellor, he is still a tenured faculty member at UWL. He's been on paid administrative leave and banned from campus ever since UW discovered his pornographic videos. Tomorrow, a group of his fellow faculty could decide to strip him of his tenure.
Former UW La Crosse Chancellor Joe Gao's fate, now in the hands of 5 UWL professors.
I think that the faculty will give me a fair hearing.
The hearing comes after Interim Chancellor Betsy Morgan filed 3 charges against Gao that she says justify his removal from the faculty. The charges are based off a 300-page investigative report into the former chancellor. The hearing will be open to the public, per Gao's request.
We think it's very important that everybody knows what's going on.
Although not a legal trial, UW system attorneys will represent UWL, making the case for why Gao should be stripped of his tenure. Gao will represent himself.
I'm confident that they are not going to prevail, and actually I look forward to the exercise because we're well prepared and I'm ready to defend myself.
While Gao was promptly removed as chancellor, First Amendment expert and UW-Madison professor Howard Schwaber says it's more difficult to fire a tenured professor.
There is no protection for chancellors' ability to speak as they like or conduct research as they like or take whatever political positions they want.
But to fire a tenured faculty member, there must be just cause. Schwaber says that does not include disagreeing with how someone chooses to express themselves outside of work. Once the hearing ends, the 5-person panel will meet privately to decide if there is just cause to remove Gao's tenure and fire him. 4 votes are needed to dismiss. The recommendation will then head to the chancellor, who can send their own recommendation to the UW Board of Regents. The board would then hold its own disciplinary hearing. Gao can also request for that to be public.
We'll do what we need to do.
The hearing is set for 12:30 tomorrow afternoon at Onalaska's Omni Center. While Gao says the hearing will likely end tomorrow, it could go another day if needed. Ken and Emily?
All right, thank you, Allison. We will have a team at the hearing tomorrow to keep you updated. Our previous coverage of the situation, as well as our exclusive interview with Gao, is available on our website, news8000.com.
Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin is working to reauthorize the Trade Adjustment Assistance Program. Now, before the program expired in 2022, it gave assistance to workers who lost their jobs as a result of unfair foreign trade. According to Baldwin's office, more than 118,000 workers, including about 900 in Wisconsin, who may have qualified for assistance, have basically been unable to since 2022. Baldwin says the reauthorization of the TAA will change that.
About 8 major employers, about 900 workers would be eligible retroactively for assistance through the Trade Adjustment Assistance Program. And then, of course, anybody who was impacted prospectively after the passage of this legislation would have the tools that they need to secure new employment after a layoff or their jobs plant was closed.
Minnesota Senators Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith are co-sponsors of this proposed reauthorization act. If it passes, it would reauthorize the program until 2030.
The Upper Mississippi River National Wildlife and Fish Refuge celebrating 100 years of serving the region. For the past century, the refuge has taken care of 261 miles of the Mississippi River, ensuring that the public can continue to enjoy it for generations to come. Established in 1924, it welcomes more than 290 species of migratory birds each year and has helped increase the population of bald eagles.
We used to have 1 nest on this stretch of river. Now we have hundreds of active nesting bald eagles. So it is a beautiful place for wildlife, but it's also a place for people to recreate. I always like to say, this is your National Wildlife Refuge. This is your public land. So come out and enjoy it.
The Wildlife and Fish Refuge is open year-round for a variety of activities, including hunting, fishing, boating, and hiking.
The CEO of Boeing spends his day getting grilled by lawmakers on Capitol Hill.
The details next, what he says the company is doing to improve the safety of its jetliners.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation.
Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our show.
5-star plumbing service done right.
Listen up. I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. Peggy, you monitor our projected data usage. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with U.S. Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
All right, new plan. You sign us up for U.S. Cellular Home Internet. Clipper and I will try it out by streaming the game in our new sports theater.
Is that a grill?
And a hot tub for you.
U.S. Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
Every week it costs more to feed my family. Prices are just out of control.
Boy, inflation is really hurting us. It's got to stop.
Career politicians like Biden and Baldwin just don't get it. They're making things harder for folks here in Wisconsin. By stopping the crazy spending that caused inflation and cutting red tape, we can bring prices down. It's time for a change. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message. I'll get the job done for Wisconsin families.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
Maxwell White celebrates servicing the La Crosse Coulee region for 30 years. Much has changed, but not our commitment to you, providing local, honest, and quality plumbing repairs and solutions. That's Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Boeing's CEO spent the afternoon today before Congress.
He was answering tough questions about his company's safety record.
Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun apologized to the families of the 346 victims who died in crashes involving Boeing 737 MAX planes in 2018 and 2019.
It was the first appearance by a high-ranking Boeing official since the Alaska Airlines incident in January when a panel blew out of a 737 MAX 9 while in flight. Nobody was injured and the plane safely landed.
We're taking comprehensive action to strengthen safety and quality. And we know, as America's premier aerospace manufacturer, this is what you and the flying public have every right to expect from us.
Calhoun's testimony comes as the Senate panel released a 204-page report with new allegations from a whistleblower who's concerned non-conforming parts are being used on 737 MAX jets.
Another whistleblower, a Boeing quality engineer who initiated safety concerns about the company's 787 Dreamliner and the 777, died by suicide this past March.
Summer has arrived, which means hotter weather.
Nearly 70 million people are under heat alerts in 21 states, but hotter days are still ahead.
And as our heat ends, we got some storms for tonight, maybe some strong storms, but then definitely cloudy conditions for the next couple days as we approach the first day of summer. I'll break down what the temperatures look like and the rain chance over the next couple days. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
At By Goff and Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. By Goff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted retractable awning and solar screen experts. Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens protect you from the harsh sun. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Sonesta retractable awnings, brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
Get mega savings on Mega Fresh Produce this Thursday through Sunday during Hy-Vee's Mega Produce Sale. Basket and bushel strawberries, just $1.49 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. Red grapes, just 99 cents a pound. Candy cantaloupe, just $1.49 each. Plus, over 100 additional produce items on sale. If you're picky about produce and delighted by deals, you won't want to miss the Mega Produce Sale this Thursday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82. 86.
90 years young.
Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk.
Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best.
A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Oppressive heat is settling over the East and Midwest, stretching from Iowa to Maine through the end of the work week.
It's early in the season, and officials are warning folks to stay hydrated and cool.
Jared Hill reports from West Orange, New Jersey.
The Windy City could use a cool breeze. This week, Chicago already breaking a heat record set in 1957, and the temps are still trending upward.
If you have AC, I would recommend just staying in front of the AC.
The first heat wave of 2024 is gripping a large swath of the country.
Those 100-degree real feel or heat index values will stretch from the lakes to the Gulf, and heat advisories stretch from New England all the way into the lakes.
Road crews and construction workers around Pittsburgh are battling the blazing sun. And the mayor of Hartford, Connecticut says if you can't stay inside,
come out to a splash pad. We've opened all the splash pads in the city of Hartford.
New York's governor activated the National Guard to help with heat emergencies.
This is a time of significant risk, and we're doing our best to make sure that all lives are protected.
Extreme heat can be more dangerous early in the season than when it hits later in the summer. Our bodies haven't had time to adjust to the higher temperatures, raising the risk of heat stress and heat stroke. Precious Daniels and Giovanna Towns of New Jersey got their exercise in before the day's peak heat.
And I told my friend, like, let's go. I don't care what you're saying. We're about to get this workout in. And tomorrow we'll come maybe a little earlier.
The rest of the week I will be indoors and under the AC until the sun go down.
Some school districts are letting kids out early as some in typically cooler places like Syracuse, New York, struggle without air conditioning. And summer hasn't even officially started. Jared Hill, CBS News, West Orange, New Jersey.
And it was a scorcher in western Wisconsin today. We had an alert date for a look at how long this heat could last in our region. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we definitely had some heat today, but the good news is it's kind of starting to go away, although there's still some areas that are in the mid to upper 90s here right now for apparent temps, but it'll be a few more hours and then cloud cover and storms will be arriving, basically showers. We could see a potential for some severe storms early on, but that threat is pretty limited and more to the west. Otherwise, showers will continue overnight. I think the morning commute should be dry for most areas. Much cooler for tomorrow, and there could be a shower, but I think most areas will see dry conditions, but a lot of cloud cover, which will keep those temperatures down. Right now, the apparent temperatures are going to remain high yet because the front hasn't approached, especially in areas that don't see cloud cover to the south and to the east. They'll see those temperatures start to fall off later. They've been in the mid-90s, but they will fall off. The severe weather right now is well to the west. Only till 8 p.m. really for a tornado watch towards Minneapolis, severe thunderstorm watch till 8 p.m. towards Mason City. That's the activity that will be approaching, but it's going to be weakening. And so far, it's kind of struggled to really sustain itself here with some thunderstorms, but overall no warnings and just a little bit of activity too. So giving an indication that the atmosphere isn't quite really ready to see a lot of severe thunderstorms. But we'll see eventually a line or several lines come closer to the area by the time we get to about 8 p.m. or so for Eau Claire, west of that area. It's probably not going to be about closer to 10 that we're going to start seeing activity get closer to La Crosse. Initially, some could be strong further west you go, but it should weaken as it comes through the area, and then it's just going to be an area of showers, thunderstorms, eventually past midnight turning into more just some light rainfall, and that'll continue and begin to taper off probably as we get closer to 3 or 4 a.m. or be more centered at least from sprinkles or showers towards southwest Wisconsin as we get closer to the morning commute. But a lot of areas will remain dry as we get there. There's your severe risk, just a slight risk right now, and it really drops off quickly to where there's not much to be expected as you go further to southern Wisconsin, indicating that the line should begin to weaken as the front begins to approach. Right now, damaging winds that may pick up a little speed, but we'll have to keep an eye on any training of storms over the same area since we've had quite a bit of rainfall in some areas for some flooding issues too. That's probably the other issue. Overall, if we kind of go through the area, you can see Wednesday, A lot of cloud cover. That's really going to be the main story, with a few breaks with that northwest wind, keeping these temperatures, as you see, we're only going to be like 69, 70 degrees at noon compared to what we were today. And in the afternoon time frame, we might get up into the low to mid 70s with that northwest wind, a few sprinkles or maybe a shower, but many areas will just see cloud cover all day long. And this will go continuing into Wednesday night. We might see a little bit of an uptick in showers as we go into Thursday, because that front that actually is stalled to the south, it's going to begin to lift northward Wednesday night, late Wednesday night into Thursday. So you might see more showers going into Thursday, and then Thursday afternoon as the complex begins to lift northward towards I-94 as the front begins to lift. That means we are going to see a brief return to some more humid conditions and warmer conditions going Friday, along with maybe some sun as you see the winds begin to turn around to the south in Iowa. So that's what we're going to see coming up. But for the time being, for tonight, we're just seeing showers and thunderstorms come through. We'll see more showers overnight, but still a dry morning commute. Temperatures basically get back to 60s. Otherwise, 70s tomorrow. A lot more clouds than actually rainfall. That'll be kind of the same story on the first day of summer. We'll see the heat and humidity come up just a little bit on Friday and Saturday, and then another cold front really sweeps through and kind of cleans everything out for Sunday and Monday as the temperatures come back down to the 80s. So the good news is next couple days, enjoy the clouds and the cooler conditions.
All right, will do. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers are back in action tonight, hoping for a better outcome in Anaheim. Plus, the Steam set for 2 today back at the Shipyard. Lacrosse dropping its last 2 on the road. Rob's got a preview of the squad next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
On these trails, I find the middle ground and get things moving. I've done that as a state lawmaker, and it's what I'll do in Congress. I'll work with both parties to get things done for workers and families. I'm Katrina Shanklin, and I approve this message!
Ashley's Stars and Stripes sale is going on now. Don't miss these furniture hot buys, now only $7.99. Plus, pay 0% interest for 5 years with no minimum purchase in-store only. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
After further review, we've seen so much goodness in these games. Hardee's is giving away free chicken tenders from June 18th through the 30th. All the sportsmanship, high fives, and fans cheering are the kind of tender moments Hardee's loves. And that calls for free, crispy, juicy Hardee's hand-breaded chicken tenders for you when you download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Free Hardee's chicken tenders. Good call.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
Ashley's Stars and Stripes mattress sale is going on now. Don't miss these mattress hot buys, now only $7.99. And get a free adjustable base upgrade with an Align by Ashley Sleep mattress purchase. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Congress has been spinning its wheels, going nowhere. I'm Katrina Shanklin. In the state capitol, I've passed 225 bipartisan laws to help farmers, workers, and families. I approve this message because I have the experience to get things moving.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
We're almost at the halfway point of the Major League Baseball season. So far, so good for Milwaukee. Brewers fans will have a few late nights, though, this week as the crew continues its trip out west. Hopefully the results tonight a little better than they were last night. Brewers beginning a 7-game road trip on the wrong foot Monday night in Anaheim after a 2-run shot early from Jake Bauers to put the Brewers on top by 2. It was all Angels after that. 5 unanswered runs, including this 2-run blast from Zach Neto. That was more than enough for the Angels. They hang on for the win 5-3. We'll see if the Brewers can bounce back tonight in Game 2. Still a comfy lead for the crew in the NL Central. Milwaukee currently 5.5 games up on the Cardinals for first place in the division. As for Minnesota, the Twins have been red hot as of late. 5 straight wins, 7 of their last 8. Minnesota finds itself just 5.5 back of Cleveland for first place in the AL Central. Twins will try to extend that win streak to 6 tonight as they can continue their homestand against Tampa Bay. Minnesota currently 8 games over 500 at 40-32. Would be the third and final wild card team if the playoffs started today. On the softball diamond tonight, the Steam are back at the Shipyard for the first time since Saturday night's franchise opener. Lacrosse coming out on top 2-1 in that one, but since then 2 lopsided losses on the road. Nightmares putting up 32 runs on the Steam the past 2 nights. We'll see if the Steam can return the favor tonight at home. They're playing 2 at the Shipyard. We'll have highlights from both games coming up at 10. As for the Loggers, they've been off since Friday night, but lacrosse is finally back in action in Eau Claire as they look to get back on track in the first of 2 games against the Express. Loggers will be back at the Lumberyard Thursday to take on Rochester. And the NBA season finally over. The Celtics, the last team standing as Boston brings home its 18th championship. That's the most in NBA history. Celtics taking down Dallas in 5 games. Next big night for the NBA, actually next week in Brooklyn for the draft. Bucks have the 23rd pick in that one. Minnesota will go 27. So
Ooh.
We'll see if the Bucks can get some young, fresh talent.
Who has the #1 round pick?
Atlanta does.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right, after the lottery.
Not a great class. A lot of overseas talent. Some
Yeah, that
French
we don't
guys.
necessarily know, but that's kind of the growing trend in the
Absolutely,
NBA.
yep.
A lot of overseas talent these days.
Yeah, we'll see if the Bucks can get some overseas talent this year.
Yeah, they could use some youth in
Yep.
this lineup.
Hoche was good.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll see if they can add to it.
Definitely need more.
Yep.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay, we'll take another look at your forecast right after this.
Stop in now for La Crosse Fireplace Company's discontinued model clearance sale. Save on in-stock wood stoves and gas fireplaces and receive up to 50% off electric fireplaces. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
How did CEO Eric Hovde become a multimillionaire California banker? Let's take a look. Hovde's family rigged the system to rake in $30 million in government subsidies and loans. And now he's sheltering his wealth in shady tax havens around the world. So it's no surprise Hovde supports more tax cuts for corporations and millionaire bankers like himself, while working families pay the price. That's bank CEO Eric Hovde. Never been on our side, never will be. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Stop in now for La Crosse Fireplace Company's discontinued model clearance sale. Save on in-stock wood stoves and gas fireplaces and receive up to 50% off electric fireplaces. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
All right, well, if showers and thunderstorms come through, right now it looks less impressive than radar than what this depicts, but we will see activity and then turn into light rain or showers throughout the night. We could see a few storms be strong, at least initially, and then become more just general showers and a few storms. Otherwise, enjoy the cooler conditions Wednesday and Thursday before we see a return for the 80s maybe on Friday.
I'd love to see the word cool on the day after today. Still sweating. Still sweating.
We're planning.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.